they have something going on and they are not quite sure about what to do. So I just felt really impressed to go ahead and have this presentation that I can share with people and just to inform them about what's going on. And so my name is Dr. Marlene Nanda Rosana, and today we are going to talk about pretty much the immune system. We are going to share why we need a strong immune system for our health, what system make up the immune system, the best foods to include in our diet to support our immune system, what supplements we need to consider in strengthening the immune system, and also herbs and essential oils to support the immune system. And but before we get started, I want to take some time and introduce myself. Again, like I said, my name is Dr. Marlene Rosana. I'm a nurse practitioner and a functional medicine health consultant or practitioner and essential oil coach as well. I have over 15 years of nursing experience. I'm married to Joel and have 2 kids, Talia and Tyvon. And and I'm very passionate about health. And the reason being is because my son went through a lot of health issues when he was a baby and growing up. And, I kind of been a nurse. At the time, I was a nurse practitioner already, and I felt like I wasn't getting much help from the conventional system. I remember when I talked to his pediatrician and I asked him about, he was having issues, allergies, eczema, wheezing. Always, we used to go to the hospital several times a year, sometimes every month. We made a trip to the emergency room and he was admitted also, some of that time. And it was just so hard for us until, I started, I went on a quest pretty much because I remember talking to his doctor, his pediatrician, and asking him, what can we do? Because he was always developing allergies. He started being allergic to so many foods and he was on breathing treatments, inhalers, steroids, allergy medications, rescue inhalers. We had to carry an EpiPen everywhere we were going. Traveling, we had to make sure we had a breathing machine with us, just in case, because we just didn't know what else could come up. But to make a long story short, I wasn't getting any answer from the doctor. He just told us, you just need to learn to deal with it. And I wasn't satisfied with that. And I started doing my own research and came upon essential oils and was like, okay, besides this, and I love using essential oils. And besides essential oils, I wanted to learn so much that I decided to become a coach and learn about what oils are used for what, the benefits. And I went on to find out, okay, besides essential oils, what else? There has to be more than that. And I came upon functional medicine. And with functional medicine, I learned that we can go to the root cause of a problem and deal with that to be able to regain our health. And that's what I did. When COVID started, I went ahead and went to New York to help over there. And going over there, I was very nervous about going there. I remember the day I had to make a decision. I kept going back and forth. Should I go? Should I stay? And when I made the decision to go, I really had to equip myself, not only physically, mentally, but, think about supplements that I could take that would strengthen my immune system and help me while I was there. Because if you remember at that time, we didn't know what was going on. A lot of people were like, what are you doing over there? Why? But I felt so impressed to go over there and help. Because, my dad, he passed away over here, and I remember us taking care of him at home and just thinking about those people being there by themselves, no family members. I just felt like that's something my dad would have wanted me to do. So that I went ahead and did that. And it was a blessing. But also doing that, I did what I could do on my part as far as watching what I was eating and turning to, essential oils, and just herbs and just a bunch of things. So I'm going to share with you those things as well. So Before we start, I want to share a disclaimer. And, you know, everything that I'm going to share with you, what's in this presentation that is provided is for educational, informational, and self-empowerment purposes only. And it's not intended to prevent, diagnose, treat, cure disease or medical conditions. It's not intended to replace medical advice or guidance from a licensed professional. So please consult with your doctor or your licensed practitioner if you have any questions or if you want to use any of the supplements that I will talk about, or essential oils or things like that. So all right, so we are going to go ahead and get started. So I want you to go ahead, if you have a cell phone, or turn it off or put it away. I'm going to put mine away and do the same to avoid any distraction. And again, I'm going to take also questions if you have any questions, definitely. So let's start. The importance of a strong immune system. So the immune system, is there to help us fight bacteria, germs, things that are making us sick and that cause disease. So when it comes to having a healthy, to being healthy, staying healthy, shortening the length of a disease, or having a strong immune system is something that is so important. You cannot do without that, because if our immune system was weak, we will be getting so sick. So what is the immune system made of? It's made of the skin. A lot of people don't realize that, but the skin is, first of all, the largest organ in the body, but also that's the primary physical barrier that stops the germs and bacteria from getting in our bodies. So it's very important. Let's think about the skin about like a giant mouth. Whatever we put on the skin is absorbed into the system, whether it's something good or bad, it absorbs everything. And unfortunately, whatever we put on the skin, fortunately and unfortunately both, because if you're using something that is good, that's a fortunate thing. But if you're using, something that is toxic or harmful, unfortunately, the skin, when something is absorbed through the skin, it bypasses the GI tract and goes directly into your bloodstream. So in that regard, it can have a greater impact. It can be more hazardous if it's not something that is safe for you. So the next thing is the gut. Most of the bacteria in the body is held in the gut. Another area that we don't think about, bacteria are everywhere, on our skin, on our gut, in our mouth, everywhere we have bacteria, but the gut is where most of it is located. And so it's very important to have a healthy gut, to have balanced bacteria in our gut, because those are the things that help us to fight infections. We usually say that 2/3 of the immune system is located in the gut. So that's why food is so important. That's why having a balanced microbiome, that's why having a balanced bacteria in our gut is so important, because that's 2/3 of the immune system is located there. So something else that we have is the mucous membranes. They are lining the inside of our mouth, lining even our GI tract. They are lining everywhere. So it's very important to have good and healthy bacteria there to protect us. And the last part is the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is made of the lymph nodes, the marrow, and the spleen. And that's what helps us carry oxygen, food, water. And it flushes out toxins, germs, bacteria. The lymphatic system is actually, think about it as being stagnant. The lymphatic system actually comes to work with movement. When we are moving, when we are jumping, that's when the lymphatic system starts working. That's why movement is so important when it comes to health also, because we need to get those toxins out of our body. Every single day, we should be able to move toxins that are coming to us. We should be able to move them out of our system, because we don't want them to remain there, because they can increase the chances of us getting sick, not only from viruses and bacteria, but from a bunch of things also. So, well, then let's talk about what we can do. to take care of our gut and just be healthier. So we are going to talk about the different foods that we can do to reduce, to have a strong immune system. So the first ones are citrus fruits. Citrus fruits are loaded with vitamin C. Vitamin C is the number one thing that we need, for our immune system. Vitamin C is so important, and we can find them in oranges, lemons, lime, grapefruits, clementines, blood oranges, and tangerines. They are so important, and we are so deficient in vitamin C, unfortunately. One of the ways, and I will talk about it when it comes to the supplements, but just from food sources of vitamin C, you have the citrus fruits. So that's something that I recommend. There is a variety. Besides the vitamin C, the citrus fruits give us so many other things. So it's important to vary, not to just take oranges every day, but also lemon, lime. In the morning, what I like to do is have lemon water. I have my lemon water over here. But what I do in the morning when I wake up, I take at least a cup or two of warm water with, and I squeeze in some lemon juice and put some slices also. If you want to even have, to maximize on the lemon, having the lemon peel is provides you even a greater benefit. So what you can do is just take a cup, a pot, put some water in there, preferably filtered water, get some organic lemon, limes, get the juice out, slice them, put them in some water and boil for maybe 5-10 minutes. And that helps everything, all the nutrients that are in the peel of the lemon to seep and ooze through the skin so that you get greater benefit. But if you cannot do that, just get warm lemon water. What it does, it not only hydrates us, but it also helps us in alkalizing our body a little bit, which fosters detoxification. So lemon water in the morning is a great way. And, you can have, those different fruits, even grapefruits, lime. You can peel them, put them in your water. Some of the minerals, some of the vitamins get into the water, and that also provides you greater benefit. So that's the number one thing. So next is broccoli, cruciferous vegetables. Very important. Broccoli is one of the top ones, if not the number one. There was a study that was done, and that showed that actually out of broccoli, there are 500 different compounds. 500 different compounds, and they are not even done studying them. They believe that there is so much more. So if you can have broccoli in your diet, that is great. Things like cauliflower, cabbage, asparagus, Brussels sprout, bok choy, any cruciferous vegetable provides you loads of vitamins and minerals. They are loaded with vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and those are very important for the immune system. So next we have mushrooms, button mushrooms, medicinal mushrooms. A lot of people don't like mushrooms, but they are so great. They have a lot of medicinal mushrooms that are good for us to use. We can put them in salad, we can eat them raw, we can saute them, but mushrooms are very important because they have a lot of fighting antibacterial properties. They provide us with vitamin B5, vitamin B1, and they are a great source of selenium. Selenium is also a mineral that is very important for the immune system. So adding mushrooms to your diet is a great thing. So garlic is another one. So I don't know if any of you use garlic in your cooking, but I would recommend to use garlic in your cooking every day. At home, we pretty much, I try to buy the organic garlic and we use it in our cooking every single day. What they found out is that garlic has, there is a substance called allicin in garlic, and that's what provides that antibacterial, antiviral property. But what they found out And unfortunately, you cannot get that from garlic powder. It has to be the actual garlic, because what they found out is that when you take the garlic and you peel garlic and you cut it up, then you wait about 10 minutes. And they found out that it's only after 10 minutes that allicin is released. So what I do when I cook and I'm going to use garlic, that's one of the first things that I prep. I take the garlic, remove the skin, cut it up and set it aside, so that by the time I'm ready to start cooking, you know, it's ready. The allicin has been released already. So definitely you want to go ahead and add garlic in your diet every day if you can. It's very great for us. Garlic has so many good properties, because it's good for high blood pressure, it's good for diabetes, antiviral, like I said, antifungal. It's great for us. The other one is turmeric. That's also something, it's an Indian spice. That's something that I learned to include in my diet also. You know, they have organic garlic, turmeric that we can get in the store also, or they have capsules from those. But they found out that the compound in turmeric is called curcumin, and it's very anti-inflammatory. So even those that are suffering from things from like arthritis, and don't forget, when you hear anti-inflammatory, anything that is anti-inflammatory is great for us. Something like curcumin or turmeric is very anti-inflammatory, and you think about it dealing with the virus and dealing with viruses, bacteria, they cause a lot of inflammation. I'm sure you've heard about even coronavirus, very inflammatory. When we were in New York doing lab work for people, they had all the inflammatory markers were high. And turmeric is very anti-inflammatory. So sprinkling it on your vegetables when you are roasting them or cooking them is very beneficial for you. And it just greatly helps. One thing that was found also is that when you use turmeric and you add black pepper even enhance the effect of turmeric. So that's something to think about. If you like a little bit of spiciness, you can put the turmeric, because turmeric is not spicy. But if you add a little bit of black pepper, it makes it even more potent. So something else that is great for us is green tea. Green tea has the amino acid L-theanine, and L-theanine has been found to increase the production of T cells. T cells are what help us to fight off infections, bacteria, diseases. T cells are very important. So one thing that you can do is just include a cup of green tea every day. When I was in New York, that's one thing that I was doing every day. I made sure that I had some organic green tea. Very good and very healing for us. It helps fight oxidative stress. Watermelon is also something that is great for us, and it helps us to to strengthen the immune system. It has glutathione, which is a very important antioxidant. Antioxidants are what help us to heal the cells, strengthen the immune system, fight off infections. So very important for us. They are the precursors of N-acetyl acid, and N-acetyl acid is very important for the immune system in strengthening it. Spinach is another one to include in our diet, because spinach is just great in vitamin C. It's a superfood. It helps us, strengthen the immune system. It provides folate, which is very important, and it has good fiber, which is very important for our health as well. Something else is ginger. Ginger is very good, very anti-inflammatory as well, just like turmeric. It has a lot of antioxidants, and it's great for the immune system. It's a hot spice, which helps with inflammation. When it's a little bit hot, it helps with inflammation. It's very healing It has very much many healing properties. So I don't know if out of these fruits and vegetables, if there is anything that you find yourself, are you including those in your diet every day? Or are you including some of them, but not all of them? Because when you can see that a lot of them have specific properties, and when you put them together, it just enhances the protection that your immune system gives to your body. Something that I did, and my mom more specifically, before I went to New York, and we still do it up to now, she still does it, is every week she has she call it her concoction that she makes, and it has lemon, turmeric, ginger, and garlic. And she gets those and she cuts them up and she boils them for about 20 minutes. And you can get the juice out of that and drink a little bit of it every single day. And that's like an immune system boost that you are giving to your body. What she has done now, actually, she will cook it and blend everything along with the skin. And every single day she takes a little bit. If you're not a diabetic, you can add some honey, or if you have some kids, you can definitely add just a little bit, put some honey in there and just some filtered water and just have them drinking as a form of tea. You can do the same as well, but that's just like an immune system boost, and you can just take it once a day or twice a day. It's very good. Definitely, if you do something like that, I will encourage you to make sure to watch out for your blood pressure, because these things tend to decrease inflammation, and they would lower your blood pressure, and they will lower your blood sugar as well if you're a diabetic. So now let's talk about supplements that are there to boost the immune system. Very important in the diet. You know, a lot of people don't believe in taking supplements, but unfortunately what has happened now is that we get, how can I say, with supplements now, with the way the soil has been depleted so much, you know, we can have a whole food diet and eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, but it's hard for us to meet the daily requirements of 9 servings of fruit and vegetables every day. So, so for many people, if not all, it's sometimes necessary to supplement you know, our diet and take, you know, some supplements. So the supplements that I want to talk about, the first one again is vitamin C. Vitamin C, and if you have any questions, definitely feel free to put a comment and let me know what your question is, and I'll be more than happy to answer your question. So first supplement, vitamin C. Again, vitamin C is an antioxidant that helps to protect cells from damage that's caused by free radical, pretty much damage that our cells go through. Anything that can cause oxidative stress, I think, like exercise, it causes it. You know, if you've noticed, when you are, maybe if you haven't exercised for a while, you start working out and you're having some pain in your joints and things like that, that's from oxidative, lack of movement and oxidative damage that is occurring. So too intense of a workout is not necessarily beneficial for everybody. That's something to keep in mind. So vitamin C helps your body to produce collagen, which in turn helps improve the absorption of iron. So some foods rich in vitamin C: oranges, strawberries, broccoli, kiwi, cauliflower, red bell pepper, and cantaloupe. One of the things that I do and like I mentioned earlier, many of us are deficient in vitamin C. So the form of vitamin C that I recommend is what they call buffered vitamin C. With buffered vitamin C, you pretty much are getting in the vitamin C, it usually comes in powder form. And besides the vitamin C in there, they put things like magnesium and calcium. And those enhance the absorption of the vitamin C. When it's buffered, you absorb so much more of that vitamin C. And one of the ways that people do what I recommend, what we recommend doing when you are taking vitamin C is by starting by taking 1,000 milligrams. Again, the buffered form of vitamin C is the best form of vitamin C. I know they make out their gummies from vitamin C, but to me, those are full of sugar and different things, and they are not the best ones. Vitamin C buffered form is the best form, one of the best form, or liposomal form. But when you get it, when you take 1,000 milligrams, if you take it for 2 days and you notice nothing is happening, you need to increase it to 2,000 milligrams. Pretty much you increase it by 1,000 milligrams every few days until you get diarrhea, pretty much, or loose stools. So that's when you know that you've had too much vitamin C. Now you can cut down. So let me give an example. If I take in 1,000 milligrams today and I notice nothing happens after a day or two, I will increase it to 2,000 milligrams, take it for another day or two, and increase it. And let's say I reach 5,000 milligrams and I'm starting to have diarrhea, then I know I've gone a little bit too far with the vitamin C. So instead of me taking that 5,000 milligrams every day, I need to cut it down by 1,000 milligrams. So I will start taking 4,000 milligrams. So pretty much you want to take the highest amount you took without having any diarrhea, and you maintain that level for a little bit. So because we are so deficient in vitamin C, what I've seen people that reported, with something like COVID, for example, taking up to 20,000 milligrams of vitamin C, and it's only then that they start having diarrhea. So that's something to experiment with. Again, talk to your healthcare professional provider if you have any questions on that. But definitely vitamin C is something that many people are deficient on, and supplementing with that is very important. So another one is vitamin A. We find vitamin A in things like carrots, sweet potatoes, bell peppers, broccoli. Vitamin A is very good in helping us to fight against infections. And those are things that definitely your levels can be checked in the lab. The next one is vitamin D. Vitamin D is based on studies that they have done, especially dealing with COVID. They found out that a lot of people were deficient in vitamin D. And, so much more when you think about it, and that's my personal opinion. That's one of the reasons why I think that the numbers have gone up so much also, is because, when all this started, we were told to stay home, and staying home, during the summer months, we were not exposed to vitamin D from the sun, because that's when the body absorbs the most in preparation for the winter months. So because during the winter, we don't have as much vitamin D available. So during that time, we were told to stay home. And so we didn't get that much vitamin D. Now, coming into the winter months, we are already low in vitamin D, and we come to the winter months when there is hardly any sun out. So our vitamin D level is even more depleted. So vitamin D is a hormone, and it helps us with the bones, having strong bones. You have two forms, vitamin D2 and vitamin D3. So the vitamin D3 form is the form that we are typically recommending, because vitamin D2 is not easy for people to absorb. They absorb it with a lot of difficulty. So vitamin D3 is the best form. And what I found out is that, and one thing to remember is that for vitamin D, when someone is supplementing with vitamin D, it's important to make sure that your magnesium level is on point. It's really good. But unfortunately, people that are getting sick, they start taking high dose of vitamin D, but not replenishing. And, it's they take it kind of in an emergency state, and they start taking high doses of vitamin D, but that is also depleting the magnesium, which magnesium is very important for relaxation, for our muscles, the heart, the muscles pretty much. And unfortunately, because we are already low in magnesium, which is studies have shown that magnesium is the number one supplement or mineral that people are deficient on in the United States. So you're already deficient in magnesium, and deficiency in magnesium can lead to things like high blood pressure, constipation, tightness in your joints, headaches, things like that. Typically, not always, but typically there is some magnesium deficiency associated with that. So if you're already deficient in magnesium and you're taking vitamin D, you are depleting further your magnesium, even though vitamin D is really good for the immune system and very good for health. So that's why I usually recommend people, when you want to take vitamin D, to start, with some magnesium supplements for some weeks, at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then start taking the vitamin D to make sure that you're not getting too depleted on your magnesium. That's something that is very important. So vitamin D is very important for us. And again, vitamin D, typically people take the vitamin D by itself, but taking vitamin D with K2 is very important, and they have supplements like such that are vitamin D with K2, because K2 also enhance the absorption of the vitamin D. So again, let me know if you have any questions. The next one is vitamin E. Again, vitamin E is very important for the immune system. It's very powerful antioxidant. It protects the cells from free radical damage. And some of the foods that are rich in vitamin E include avocados, broccoli, hazelnut, peanut, almonds, sunflower seeds, eggs. Very good. Vitamin E. And the next one, probiotics. Again, earlier I mentioned probiotic, 2/3 of the immune system being located in the gut. So with the immune system being located in the gut, about 2/3 of it, probiotics are very good because they help us, to support those healthy bacteria so that they can fight infections. Probiotics, you have supplements, but you also have food, fermented food, and yogurt, fermented yogurt, kefir, miso. Those are good sources of probiotic, but they also sell in stores and online multiple probiotics and different types of probiotics. Zinc is another mineral that is very important for the immune system, very important for glucose utilization, insulin production, and the metabolism of carbohydrates. Zinc is also very important for healing your wounds. If sometimes we'll have struggle healing the wounds, especially if they are diabetics, most likely they are deficient in zinc. And you can find those in nuts, seeds, and legumes, provided that you can digest those really well. So that's why, for this reason, to enhance the absorption of the nuts, the seeds, and legumes, I like to soak them in water for at least 4 to 8 hours overnight. Even is better, because what it does, it makes the protein easier to digest, and it makes the zinc then more available for you. So soaking them or sprouting them, if you can, nuts, seeds, and legumes, just gives you more zinc available through your food. But of course, there are supplements for that. So herbs for a strong immune system, herbs that can boost the immune system are very much there, and they support the immune system, very important. And things like astragalus. Astragalus is very strong antibacterial properties. It's a Chinese herb, and it helps resist infections. It helps regulate the body's immune response. And just think about it, an infection coming on, you want your immune system to be able to respond appropriately. And astragalus will help you do that. Angelica root is another one. It's very important for the respiratory system, symptoms of cold. Those help you boost the immune system and allow the immune system to have an appropriate response. Ginger is here again, helps with the immune system, anti-inflammatory properties, antioxidant, and those help us fight disease. The next one is olive leaf extract. And these are supplements they sell in stores like Whole Food, Sprouts. They will have these supplements. Olive leaf extract is one of the supplements that I was using in New York, very good at boosting the immune system. And we have essential oils. Essential oils can be used topically. And you can apply a small amount on your skin and it increases absorption. A lot of times you have to mix it with a carrier oil, something like olive oil or fractionated coconut oil. A little bit goes a long way. You can diffuse it as well. Right now I'm diffusing some sweet orange essential oil and peppermint. And you can take them internally. You can put some drops in your water or your juice, whatever you are having. But I would say that it's very important to, with the quality of the essential oil you're using. I'm using doTERRA. doTERRA is a great brand. That's the best brand out there. A lot of studies that are done use doTERRA essential oils for their studies, and I've seen them being used in hospitals and doctors' offices. doTERRA is, to me, the best brand of essential oil to use, to apply topically, use aromatically or internally. And again, on the bottle, it will tell you which ones can go internally. And don't forget, there are tons of essential oils that are very beneficial for our immune system, but I'm just gonna go through the basic ones. So let's start with the number one, tea tree oil, or Melaleuca is another name. Tea tree oil is very good. It has many antimicrobial properties and it's good expectorant, decongestant. You can use it if you're having a cold, flu season. If you're coughing, you feel a little bit congested. Tea tree oil is great. The other one is peppermint. Peppermint can be used for headaches, indigestion. Some people, when they have constipation, peppermint is really good. Just a little bit of oil, again, that you apply with a carrier oil, and you can even rub it on your stomach, and that helps to relieve even constipation. Put some drops in your water, even like before you eat, or put it around your temples if you're having headache. It really helps. And the back of your neck as well. It's very beneficial. And it also helps to detoxify and help with sugar craving. Another essential oil that is good is oregano. Oregano, there have been lots of studies done actually that have shown that it has antibiotic properties, very effective in fighting bacteria, viruses, and other microorganisms. Oregano, it's a hot oil. And typically they don't recommend it using it for more than 10 days, just like antibiotics. Just think about it as an antibiotic, not using it more than 10 days. Lemon is great also. It helps to detoxify. It has anti-inflammatory properties, antibacterial as well. And it's a natural disinfectant. That's something you can use a lot to clean up surfaces and clean the house. One of the things that we do when it comes to essential oils is, if you're having a lot of nasal congestion, it's like having a steam bath, putting some drops of essential oil there, something like peppermint. It helps to open, and lemon is really good. What you can do also is using steam therapy, where you get some hot water and you put some drops of essential oil and you actually cover your head and inhale that. It's very beneficial for us. Cinnamon bark. Cinnamon bark is also very good in assisting with seasonal germs, but it's also great for people who are struggling with blood sugar issues. It's antibacterial, antiseptic, and it helps support the immune system also. So these are the things that I had that I was going to share with you guys. What time is it right now? So I don't know if you want to join me into using, all these things to help support the immune system. Let's see. But yes, and like I said before, I was going to take some time to share with you guys what I used when I was in New York. And of course, the list is not all inclusive, but when I went to New York, I had some essential oils with me. And pretty much the essential oils that I mentioned, the tea tree essential oil. I didn't have wild orange, but oregano was there, peppermint was there as well, and then I had people sending me some other essential oil blends that were there for calming, and because I started having a lot of trouble sleeping at night and anxiety, a little bit of anxiety, panicking. So there were other essential oils that I had that really helped me as far as reducing the stress, because stress depresses your immune system. So these essential oils were very beneficial. And when it comes to the fruits and vegetables, being over there, we were staying in the hotel. We were not really able to cook our food over there. So I had to do something else. So what I started doing was taking Juice Plus. Juice Plus is a blend of over 30 fruits and vegetables, and and it's actually food. It's not supplements, but it's a blend of so many fruits and vegetables. And in the box, it gives you the list. It has apples, peach, oranges, mango, pineapple, dates, beets, prunes, lemon peel, carrots, parsley, tomatoes, garlic, broccoli, beets, spinach, cabbage, kales, lemon peel again. And I had something else. And then I had the berries. The berries included raspberry, bilberry, blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, blackcurrant, blackberry, elderberry, artichoke, cacao. And I made sure that I took those every single day, because fruits and vegetables not only help reduce inflammation in the body, but they also boost the immune system. They have so many great anti-inflammatory properties, antiviral, antibacterial properties. And again, I had my mixture of lemon, ginger, garlic, turmeric, and I was taking a shot of that every single day before going to work. Also, I was taking turmeric. I don't know if you can see turmeric Thorn is one of the best brands of supplements are there. So I was taking that. I was taking orange leaf as well. And I was taking some zinc. So, and some artichoke also to support the liver with detoxification. But yes, there are a lot of things that we can do when it comes to supplements. And there are a lot of things that can be done when it comes to boosting the immune there has been tons of places, the companies like microbiome labs that have come up with blends of all these so that you don't find yourself taking tons of supplements. And those are the ones that I typically now recommend to clients that call me and ask me, what supplement should I take? I have this going on, or I got sick with the virus. So what should I do? What do you recommend? And I've done consultation with them and recommend the supplements they should take and order those for them. But yes, so definitely, if you have any questions, if there is anything you are uncertain of, you can definitely give me a call and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions in regards to supplements that you want to include in your, to protect the immune system and boost it. And just in case you get sick, that will help you. I'm not saying that it's going to prevent you from getting sick or anything like that, but having those in your toolbox, just in case you get sick, you are able to pull them out and use them, increase your chances because it just gives you a greater it just increases your chances of getting better and even sooner. So definitely let me know if you have any questions. You have my email, and I want to encourage you. You can follow me on Facebook or in YouTube. And let me know. You have my email, Marlene at marlenenandarosana.com. Marlene at marlenenandarosana.com if you have any questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. You are so welcome, Carol. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. You can send me an email. So I'm just going to wait a little bit. If anyone has any other questions before I end the webinar. And again, I want to thank you for joining. I'm going to send out a PDF form. I will be sending out a PDF guide of everything that I talked about. And definitely, if you have any questions,